So I've just found out that there is a 28 years later cryptic site that they've just launched, and I think I've just got the password for it. So I'm recording the screen here and I'm recording the video. So hopefully I'm going to be able to have the technological ability to put both of these together in one video. So let's do it. It's called rageleaks.com. So let me see, rageleaks.net even. So the password is apparently memento mori, which wasn't that hard to Google. To be honest, there was no research. I just had to Google what the password is because obviously they want you on this site. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 items. So let's click on the first one, which is titled On a Life Raft. It's an audio recording, and let's listen to it.
Mayday, mayday. This is Ericsson Chris from the Öresund. We hit something. Boat started taking on water. The boat is gone. 8 men on a life raft. Could have been more, but nobody wanted to leave without being heavily armed in case we need to land on shore. Somebody needs to come and help us. Send a rescue boat. Please, we're going to stay away from the shoreline as long as we can. Is anybody listening? Is anybody reading this? Hello?
So that's it. Yeah, these are cool. I love this sort of stuff. So hopefully, okay, the second one is just an image. Other variant, okay. From redacted. Are you sure the data we're getting on this other variant is accurate? Because none of our models allow for size and strength at such a scale. The cellular energy required would be off the charts, and I don't know how that would be sustainable. I've looked it up. I've looked at it multiple times, and the only thing I could come up with that makes sense is that someone transposed the numbers. That's a lot more likely than sustaining the KJ intake like a creature. The KJ intake a creature like this would feasibly require. If I could see the raw data, I could tell you more. Any update on my request for increased security clearance? CY, wow. So KJ intake, no idea. So that next one, we have another image called Narrows. If you're reading this, you know this map. We've all seen it for so long, we practically don't even notice it anymore. But today I found myself looking at the Dover Narrows. There's only 20 miles of water separating Dover and Kayla. That's all. They're probably the most vigilantly guarded miles in the world. Okay, so that's giving us some sign of vigilantism, vigilantes. The second wave reached Europe and we pushed it back. So the second wave reached Europe, you know, at the very end, of 28 weeks later, which supposedly didn't happen, according to Danny Boyle and Alex Garland, because it was, I think, taken out of their hands and they threw their dummies out of the pram, as they say. The second wave reached Europe, so it did happen, and we pushed it back. The Atlantic Wall has held ever since. Oh, we tell ourselves it always will, but how can we know for sure if they won't tell us what's really happening? And there we have an image. I'm going to zoom in here. So it pretty much looks like everywhere on this red highlighted map is absolutely running rabid with infected. So next we have another audio track titled Bells. It's 25 seconds long. That sound like bells. Do you think that they still have churches of some kind? Or maybe it's a warning system? Oh. Yeah, so that's that. I don't know why they're ringing bells if they don't want the rage, but if they want to keep the people like infected with the rage virus away from them. Certainly, ringing bells would be like an invitation for hordes of them. Shut up, chicken. Um, for hordes of them to infiltrate and rip people apart and infect others. So the next one we have an image called Pack. Okay, so this is like some predator stuff right here. Yeah, it looks like they're hunting in packs. The infected are. We do know already that the infected have sort of, what's the word, evolved. So I don't know like how much they have evolved, and I'm really looking forward to finding out. And I'm glad that I've sort of been able to keep all of this under wraps for myself, even though I cover a lot of this stuff. I am still a fan at the end of the day, and the only time I ever got to see a trailer is when I went to see Final Destination Bloodlines in the cinema, and I was a little bit disgusted at myself, but I couldn't look away on the big screen, and it didn't disappoint. So there we have some is it infrared images of the people with the rage virus hunting in packs. So next up we have Need to Know. It's another image. So see, cytopathic. So I think that's who is the CY maybe in the image the first image. Can you get me something more concrete? Photos, lab reports, anything? So this is just a chat. I can try, capital I, but they keep that stuff pretty locked down. It was hard enough getting you that email without getting it traced. I will get you what I can. Don't risk your position, you don't have to. People need to know. So that's that one. This is damn cool, to be honest. I wish my chicken would shut up. Mayday, another image. Oh, okay, so there's like transcript here. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Blah, blah, blah. Orasund, mayday, Orasund. Okay. I'm pretty guessing that is in what language does that look like? It looks like Norwegian. Norwegian. So I'm going to leave it there. Transmission cuts off, the same as my ability to translate any language. So I could put that into Google Translate, I guess. But it looks like that is an image or a conversation, but in Norwegian. Oh my god, hold on, let's shut this door. Right, that's a bit better. So next one we have another image, and the rest of them are images. Need to Know. Can you get me something more what? I already... Yeah, no, sorry. I've already looked at that one. How did I get out of it? Aerial recon. Okay, that looks like a drone image maybe, or a helicopter image, and that looks like, I'm going to take a wild guess here and say that is the Bone Temple. So if you don't know, the second movie is going to be directed by Nia DaCosta, and it's already made as far as I know, and it's called 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. So that looks like the Bone Temple itself, which is just like a big temple made of bones and skulls. Variant, question mark. Oh. So it's another email to Sai. Thank you for the reminder about what science is. It had slipped my mind. Oh, cheeky bugger. In the current climate, the odds are slim of getting more data, more samples, anything at all. You'll have to simply do what you can with what you have. Anytime you want to trade jobs with me, I'd happy to go back to the lab and you can sit in meetings all day. Here's what my team is prepared to say with the limited data we have been provided. We've observed significant morphological and behavioral differences in this virus. Oh, here we go. Tissue engorgement is apparent throughout the body. I don't know what engorgement is. For some unknown process that we don't understand, they're primarily quadruple, though it appears that they can go bipedal under duress. Most pronounced is the difference in locomotion. They are significantly slower, though we can't tell if it's due to their size or some other cause. So it looks like we're getting giant affected, just like The Last of Us, where we have like bloaters. It is impossible to speculate further without more hard data. I know you're tired of hearing this song from me. We'd really love more to work with, but at this point, this is what we have, and that is all from that email. Life on patrol, another image. Okay, how you doing? Teeth looking remarkably well there for 28 years later into the apocalypse, just saying. So this one is a surveillance report. Tidal Island provides increased security and long-range view of threats. Stable social order keeps community secure. 0 attempts at breaking quarantine. So this is cool. So there, I think we have like a little island where everybody's able to go and they're able to do good surveillance and just look out for oncoming threats. I think if we looked at the first teaser, which I did check out, you see that something Jim is written on the wall of one of them. And if you remember correctly, or if you remember back to 28 Days Later, that's the name of Cillian Murphy's character, who has been confirmed to be appearing at the end of the second movie, The Bone Temple, and I called that, and I think it's absolutely marketing genius, because if Cillian Murphy shows up at the end of the first movie or second movie, then people are going to automatically buy their tickets for the following film, 100%. So, right, okay, I've read, this is the last one now, guys. So we have another, I thought it was going to be another audio message, another message. The virus brought us more than the rage, the sorrow for our lost home, the guilt for the ones we left behind, the righteous indignation for the secrets being kept from us. It's been almost 28 years since the outbreak, and still not a single shred of truth about what's really going on. They say it's to protect us, it's for our own good. After this time, what are they still hiding? They classify satellite images, they forbid any communication with survivor communities, they suppress rumours and discredit reports that somehow the infected have adapted. They don't want us to see, but we must bear witness, all of us. So that is it. That is an awesome sight. So what it tells us is that they're probably on an island, and it tells us that we do have a new variant of the rage virus, which looks to be they're hunting in packs now. And not only are they hunting in packs, we have like an alpha infected, like a much bigger infected that is very slow moving. So that was awesome, to be honest. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on Friday if you're going to see 28 Years Later, and can't wait. Bye.